Growth with Sophia.
Growth with Sophia.
Growth with Sophia.
What's good? My name is Basil Ahmed and I'm the founder of BA Digital. I've worked in the past few months to start a social media agency. So then I was like, how am I gonna launch this agency? It's gonna do a post or an announcement video, but I thought it would be better to practice my storytelling through the stories of influential people in my area. See, earlier this year, I met someone at the gym. I learned about her story and it's crazy, mad inspirational. It was one about overcoming fears, staying resilient, and having an unparalleled passion for helping others. So then I was like, why not stop there? Why not make it a series? So that's what this is, bridging culture with creators and entrepreneurs. I'm on a mission to find influential people making change on social media right here in mid-Missouri. But with all that out the way, here's Sophia's story.
I don't wanna fight.
Let's go work out.
Said you wanna go down, yeah. Say you wanna go round, yeah. Now you want another town, yeah. And I like when it's private. We could get lost round here. Shawty throw it, I'm a most round here. Real like a price was a cost round here. Say you riding, I gotta put it to the test if you sliding. Said I'm money talk while you broke, tryna pop it. Pour a shot to coke, take a toke, now I'm off it. I been getting gone, we don't do it too often. I gave you a try, it was just a day. Truth or a lie, I know what you thought, yeah. What's your state of mind? You don't wanna talk, yeah. What's your favorite lie?
Sophia growing up was very athletic. She was physically strong and strong-minded, but socially I would say she was shy and quiet.
She was changing her diet and exercising more after she made the dance team for high school. So she would have been in 8th grade. Wrapped up school the 3rd week of May, started exercising more, eating really healthy. And at first I just thought it was associated with wanting to be on this competitive dance team and trying to get stronger and healthier and doing what she could. And I really didn't know we had a problem till end of July, August.
I remember where I was when my parents told me. We were eating dinner at Minsky's after one of my baseball practices and they told me, and I was too young to really understand what was going on, but I just remember being scared. I was worried about her dying every day. I didn't understand the extent of eating disorders.
She's like the most compassionate and like empathetic person I know, so she's always there when I need help with something. I was like 9 when she got sick, so I think I was more scared than anything. Prior to everything happening, like I had no idea what an eating disorder was. I didn't really understand how something like that could happen to someone so close to me.
My name is Sophia Totta. I'm 21 years old. I'm from Kansas City and my major is nutrition and exercise physiology. I am in the dietetics program here at Mizzou. I have an Instagram account called Growth with Sophia. Here I post all things recovery related. I have recovered from my eating disorder and I really post to help inspire others and encourage others to heal and grow from an eating disorder that they might be struggling with, disordered eating, or any kind of mental health. I really try to promote being vulnerable and open with that side of mental health because I feel like it's not something you should be ashamed of, it's something that you should embrace and love about yourself. When I look back, I feel like the first time I really noticed I had an unhealthy relationship with my food and body was 8th grade summer going into high school. I was a diver, so I wore a swimsuit all the time and it was really easy for me to pick out my quote-unquote flaws and stuff I wanted to change about my body. I also did dance, so standing in front of the mirror all the time isn't the best for your body image and your mental health. There were things I really thought I needed to fix about myself, and at that time I really struggled with friends and mental health, so I really didn't understand how to fully love myself and embrace everything that I was at the time. It slowly just started progressing into, oh, I'm gonna work out, but then it turned into excessive working out. I wouldn't properly nourish my body, so then I would start restricting food. It kind of became a really bad cycle and eventually just spiraled into me having a eating disorder.
When we first decided that she needed to be hospitalized, which was around Halloween, and that was a very difficult time checking her in and then leaving her in a hospital situation. She had a certain amount of time each week that she could speak on the phone, so I would try to have my few minutes as well as divide those up with Nikki and her siblings.
I think the hardest part as a mom is truly you spend your whole life raising this baby, protecting them, helping them achieve things, and all of a sudden we were in a position where I couldn't help her. I made a conscious decision when she left to the Children's Hospital here in Kansas City and went to Dallas that I was going to do whatever they told me to do because she was going to get well. If they told me we didn't talk about food at the kitchen table, we didn't talk about food, we didn't talk about nutritional value in foods, go to this parenting class, go to this group therapy. I just really followed the lead of the physicians and the professionals of what we needed to do to support her.
While it was the toughest decision we've had to make with any of our kids to hospitalize Sophia, and she really didn't want to be hospitalized, it was the best thing that we did because she was able to really get intensive counseling, education, and I think she's learned things that she uses on a daily basis and a weekly basis to cope with stress and anxiety.
Last time I saw her before she left, she was in a heart monitor. So I didn't get to see her for like 4 months, and like I was pretty young. So that's like the first time in my life I really started experiencing like bad anxiety. I can remember having like panic attacks in school. She didn't have a phone, so I couldn't call her. My mom wasn't home to talk to me about it, so.
How did that evolve through high school, and what changed when you got here to Mizzou?
When I got to high school, I went to an all-girls school, so I felt like there was kind of a lot of competition with the older girls who I thought were very beautiful and had a lot going for them, so that kind of fueled the fire again. So my parents started to notice. I ended up getting a therapist and a dietitian, but at that rate, it was kind of too late. I needed more help than just a therapist and dietitian. So in October, I was hospitalized at Children's Mercy for about a week and really just wanted to stabilize my heart and my liver so that I could be transferred to ERC in Dallas. And there I spent about 2.5 months. That's really when I decided that I was going to recover, not only for myself, but for my family, my friends, for getting back to school and dance, and just being able to have all the things that my eating disorder had taken away from me. I was gonna gain all of that back. So I promised myself 2 things. 1, I would never let myself have this big of an eating disorder consume my life again. And 2, that I was going to help girls and boys who struggle with eating disorders just like I did.
Every time I need her, she's there for me. Like, she's probably the most reliable person in my life. We fight like sisters, but I can come to her with anything, and she always has good advice to give me.
The advice she's given me with like eating healthy, it's definitely been a game changer in my wrestling life. And personally, I feel like I'm able to have some more freedom in my life concerning food. Without her, that wouldn't be the case. I've definitely learned you need to face your problems. Facing your problems like that is something I still struggle with, and it's just inspiring that she was able to do that at such a young age.
Just as a society, how we're so fixated on our looks and we value the external, sometimes more than the internal gifts we've been given. How we talk about our bodies, the foods we eat, the association we give with certain foods. Just be more mindful of that.
At one point in my life, I thought that maybe the person was doing this to themselves because they wanted to look a different way or look different than they did. But I realized watching her that at some point your brain takes over. It's almost like an addiction in some ways. So some people can drink 1 beer or 2 beers and stop. And some people can say, I'm gonna lose 5 pounds so I look better when I go to the beach. But there's some people that drink alcohol and can't stop until they are out of money or totally intoxicated. And there's some people with weight loss that it's almost like an addiction and they just can't stop and their mind takes over. It's not a conscious thought process anymore.
I think she's really grown into herself as like a person, especially with like her Growth with Sophia account. She started in high school, and now I feel like she's more comfortable and like she just wants to help everyone around her, and she's like willing to use her own story to help the community. One of my really good friends from school was struggling with eating this past year, and she actually would call my sister, and she knew about everything that she went through because of her account. I know specifically she would reach out to her like frequently when she was having like a hard day with everything. She's told me multiple times that like my sister was one of the biggest parts of like her recovery.
You'd be shocked. We'll be in public just hanging out or something, and they'll be like, your sister's had such such a huge impact on me. Her page has really helped me out. She's been super supportive. I mean, there's so many girls and guys who have came to me and said that. It's just awesome to hear. I love hearing it.
She's helped me a lot with dance because like you're in front of a mirror all day and like there's a certain, I guess, stigma around like what a dancer should look like. But she's reminded me that food is fuel. To be the best version of myself and the best dancer and teammate I can be, I need to like fuel myself and eat balanced meals. It's okay to have changes in your body because we're growing and building muscle. She's helped me a lot to like remember that like my body is just a part of me and it doesn't need to look a certain way.
We're going to hit a little workout. Usually before the gym, I have some kind of pre-workout snack, either a banana and peanut butter, or I really like Go Macro bars because it hits all the things that I need to fuel me through an hour and a half workout. We just made it to Crunch. We're getting hyped, listening to Michael Jackson. Let's go.
If I could do it, then work on you. Get up and make it work. Yo, if I could do it, then work on you. Get up and make it work. Ain't no way that I'm sitting around. It's now or never, I'm picking it first. You can't tell me that I won't make it. Knew that I had the skills since birth. Grinding, came out the mud like Roddy. I had no body, I came from dirt. Still can't fuck, I put in the work.
Something I was thinking about while we were just working out is comparison within the gym. And I feel like this is something a lot of people struggle with, but don't always talk about it. I started my fitness journey a couple months ago, but I was really into the gym my senior year of high school and just kind of stopped for multiple reasons. And comparison was a big one of mine. Restarting again, I've noticed myself comparing myself to other girls, and this isn't just a woman thing, it's also men struggle with this as well. When you started a couple weeks ago to someone who started 2, 3, 4 years ago, it can be hard to compare how you look to where they are. So my biggest piece of advice is just appreciate where you are, where your body's at in this moment, because it's already doing so much for you. You never know, like you might get to where that person is in a quicker amount of time than they got to where they are now. I just say embrace how your body is now and be grateful that you can move it.
I first met Sophia on bid day of our freshman year.
Same thing, we met on bid day.
And it was kind of like I was like meeting what I knew was gonna be my best friend for the next 4 years.
She was very welcoming and sweet and kind.
So nice, so thoughtful. It was such like a whirlwind of emotions. I can't even really describe it, but we just immediately clicked and became best friends.
You know, everyone is alone. I'm, being from a Chicago suburb. I didn't know anyone in my sorority, so it was kind of like, I don't know. You really like paid attention and you really remember it. And I just remember Sophia being very opening, very welcoming, very kind and easy to talk to. At first with Sophia, she didn't really talk about it much. Honestly, kind of took her a little bit of time to like tell her friends about it. But then when she started to tell more people and more people started to figure out about it, she started being better at sharing her story.
I mean, the main thing with her growth has just been watching her become more confident and more able to talk to other people and share her story.
She's so open about it. You could ask her anything about it or the page. She's like right there ready to explain it and ready to talk about it, which I feel like freshman year Sophia would have never been able to do that.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah, I think it was sophomore year. We all like would eat dinner together and she would kind of like post those meals.
Yeah.
And then people would see those meals and then like even days that we'd miss, she'd post meals and we'd be like, oh my gosh, that looks so good.
Yeah.
We all go down and people would talk about it more. And when you're sitting at a dinner table, sometimes food gets brought up, and you always
100%.
talk about like food, and I don't know, I started hearing a lot about
Definitely.
it. And a lot of people started to ask more questions, to give her more support, hear more about her story.
Our sophomore year, she celebrated her 5-year anniversary. And I feel like, that was a big deal because we all went in and we got a cake and stuff for her. We were living in the house at that time, so everyone saw it. Everyone saw her posting about it. Everyone saw us posting about it. So I feel like that was a huge milestone in her being more open about it. Our junior year, when she was in our preference video for Tridel, I feel like that was a huge deal. She got up in front of, all the potential new members that had came through Tridel to tell her story in a very emotional ceremony, and all of our sorority sisters. That was a huge deal for her to do.
She had talked about how nervous she was before that. The Sophia we know now is just so much more confident in that. I mean, she received all the support and it just kind of helped shape her into this stronger, more comfortable, confident person.
Body positivity means to me embracing who you are and loving your body for how it is as a whole. I feel like diet culture and beauty standards has really changed over so many decades over the years, and really loving who you are and embracing all your flaws, because everyone has them, is really what body positivity is about. It's not about looking a certain way or being the ideal standard of a woman or a man. I truly believe that body positivity is who you are and how you embrace it.
I think we kind of forced her to balance it. I'm not gonna lie, she really is a very smart person and dedicated to her school. And there'd be times where like we'd come downstairs at 7 a.m. and she'd be studying. Yeah. Or we'd be going down at 8 p.m. and she'd also be down there studying. You know, there's a lot of events going on. I think the sorority does help her. You obviously have to have good grades and to maintain them, but you also have a lot of events to have fun and hang out with your friends. Yeah. So I feel like living in the house probably really helped too, but I feel like overall, she loves her friends, she loves her family, she loves the people in her life.
Tell me the backstory behind whatever this was.
That was freshman year mom's weekend, actually.
Mom's weekend.
Gosh, it was like freezing that day. We had a really good group, us two, and then Sophia, Cadence, and Maddie. We'd all really became like quick friends. The 5 of us literally did everything together that weekend.
We went out to dinner, we went to the roof, and then where did we go? Nash Vegas?
Nash, we brought all the moms to Nash.
I just know there's sometimes, you know, like when we're getting ready, Halloween, for instance, and like, it's like hard not to like, you know, criticize yourself, especially when you're putting on like other people's clothes and stuff. Every time she's around, I am so much more nicer to myself. And I don't
completely agree.
At the end of the day, it's kind of like good for me. It's a good reminder for
I completely
me.
agree.
It's so little, but
it makes such a big difference.
Yes,
I feel like
it
it's
does.
just like even like night and day living with her, like and like not living with her. Obviously, I didn't live with her freshman year, but like being in that room our 4-man sophomore year, there was just never bad talk about.
No.
We were always so positive when we were talking about ourselves and the way we look. We all would sit and talk about food literally all the time. Going to the gym, and she just made you feel so comfortable and empowered. You really just notice little things around her.
She's very humble and confident in a way that like it makes you comfortable and confident.
Yeah, I agree.
It radiates.
Bedtime snacks that she had to have a snack before bed, like every single night, and she always had the most like elaborate little snacks thrown together, and it was kind of like, okay, like, you know, I need a bedtime snack too, thank you.
Yes.
For me, some stuff that really helped was covering my mirrors, whether that's with a towel or a blanket, or writing little post-it notes you can stick on your mirror. So if you are starting to stare at yourself or pick out something that you don't love about yourself, you can just look to your little post-it note and see what you wrote as a reminder. It kind of sounds weird, but I used to shower in dim lighting, so I'd either have like a night light or my closet light on, but like the main shower part would be in the dark, if you will. This just kind of helped me not stare down at myself and get in my head. Something that helped me was writing down what my eating disorder would say and then contradicting that with what I knew was right. So like, let's say my eating disorder is telling me that my stomach looks big. I would write that down, but then I would contradict that with something that I would say and maybe say, well, I just ate so my stomach might look bigger, but I know that in reality, it's not, and I just ate something nourishing and it's going to help my body in the long run. Lastly, something that helped me was unfollowing accounts that promoted toxic, negative body image, or whether that's promoting certain foods or weight loss programs, anything like that that was triggering for me. I just unfollowed it or blocked it. That really helped me get out of that negative mind space. And just remember that not every day is gonna be a great day. There's gonna be ups and downs, but any day spent in recovery is going to be better than one that's trapped in your eating disorder.
I would definitely say you're not alone. There's so many people out there going through the same situation, who are in the same circumstances as you are, and you just have to look for those people and find your Sophia to help you and to be a role model for you.
Just not to be scared. Honestly, take it one day at a time. If you think about where she came from and where she is now, like I know she probably never saw her getting to that point, and I feel like it's very easy to like lose faith.
Building my Instagram platform and overall social media has really helped me stay accountable, and it's just something that I really love to do. And for me, it's not really a job per se, it's more of like a passion and something that I find inspiring. So whatever I tell my followers, I also have to tell myself. And the biggest thing is really just posting stuff that I know is going to relate to other people, but it's also going to be relatable for me.
Her talking about it around me has made me like super aware of like not only my own like mental health and emotions, but like also other people's. Helped me become like a more observant, empathetic person.
She's obviously still the sister I remember growing up with, but she's definitely more intact with her emotions. She's able to really talk to me and help me dive into my emotions when I can't really articulate them in the way I want to.
Oh, her whole story is her courage. She is really taking the hardest thing she's ever faced in her life and has turned it into a blessing for not only herself, but so many people. I just think that it's very brave to be vulnerable, and being able to use that as an example to help others is just very courageous to me, and I admire her so much for that.
I was proud of her for being strong, and she was really 14 or 15 years old in this hospital, and I was proud of her faith because I remember one time visiting her and she prayed, and faith was a big part of her recovery, and that made me happy and proud, and I'm still proud of that.
My eating disorder had left me with so little in life that really the only thing I had left was my faith in God, and I started reading daily scriptures and started praying more. One of the biggest things I prayed for was that this part of my life was going to help other people who are struggling. By living out what I asked him to do for me, I have been able to grow my account and help other people who are struggling with the same thing.
You know, you see her post all this stuff on her account and her eating and stuff, but I don't think anyone really knows how much time she puts into this. Like, on top of being pre-dietetics, which is a very hard major at Mizzou, I mean, she would spend hours in the basement and in our room studying, going to the library to get into the dietetics program here. But on top of that, I was helping her use Canva and like figure out all these new ways to brainstorm content and stuff. You know, she really cares about every single person that follows her. On top of school and having a social life, being in a sorority and holding positions, you know, she finds time to dedicate as much as she can to this account to help other people learn from her mistakes and grow with her. It's honestly been amazing to see. Beginning of our freshman year started as a somewhat smaller account grow into something that just so many people know about and follow and respect. And she's had such a big impact on so many girls' lives here. It can be easy to, you know, want to order a salad or try to eat healthy. And she's like the first person to say like, let's get dessert, or let's get the cheese curds. It's so easy for people to just not eat enough. That's the main purpose of her account, is to show that you can do that. Yes, it's good to eat healthy, but at the same time, like, it's okay to go and have a cheeseburger and French fries.
We just got done with the gym and we're at the grind. This is what I got for lunch. You got your protein with the chicken, you got your good fats with the cheese, and then your bread for the carbs. Something that's super important to me is fueling myself before and after the gym, like I mentioned earlier. But it's super important after, because that's when your muscles are depleted and you need to build back those fibers. So it's super important to fill your body back up. And instead of restricting myself or not allowing myself to eat after the gym, where I would do before, this is something that I get to cherish now, is having these moments where I get to eat these fun and yummy foods and feel great about myself.
I would tell her how proud I am of her, how she truly is an inspiration, and how she really did change so many lives, and she's changed mine. A great friend, a great person, a good person to look up to. Yeah, I would tell her I'm proud of her.
I just want her to know that she is my best friend and my biggest role model, and I'm so proud of all of her growth, and I think she's the strongest person I've ever met, and I love her.
I think I'd want her to know that she's kind of my inspiration when I'm dealing with like tough problems in my life. You know, I can kind of look at her and tell myself she's been through more than me and she did it. I think we all need somebody like that in our lives to inspire us and give us that motivation to keep going, especially when we don't want to. Sophia's the best person to look at when you feel that way. I mean, she didn't want to do it. She did it. She made it through recovery. So she's definitely my biggest inspiration.
I'm proud of her. I love that she has a passion for others that are going through what she had gone through. I hope she never forgets that she is a very loving and caring person naturally. I don't think there's anyone that has more care and empathy for people than her.
Telling her I'm proud of her doesn't seem adequate enough. I've told her a million times, but I admire her. And I have really learned a lot from her. She inspires me. I'd like to be brave and courageous and open and just as kind and loving as she is.
I would just tell her how grateful I am that she came into my life. God, I'm gonna cry. was seriously my first friend at Mizzou, and I could not imagine going through freshman year and everything without that girl, and seeing that everything that she's gone through and how she's just changed so many people's lives has just been such an amazing experience. I'm so sad that we won't be at school together after this year, and she's really, I value our friendship so much, and I am so thankful for her and to have her in my life.
Yes, asking for help is scary, but that's the best thing you're gonna do for yourself. I waited too long to ask for help, and it progressed in a way that I really wish it wouldn't have. Asking for help doesn't make you weak. It's a sign of strength and vulnerability. One of my favorite quotes is, "Strength grows in the moments when you think you can't go on, but keep going anyways."